God. It can't be. That's the Ishimura.
Welcome back to JKP Rising, Dead Space 4 discussion. This topic that we're going to talk about today, I think, is fascinating. And I would not be surprised if this is what was going to be in Dead Space 4 or some variation of it. A fellow subscriber or follower commented on my last video where I talked about what could happen after Dead Space 3 Awakening for Dead Space 4. I love Dead Space 4 to finish the story of Isaac Clarke. It seems pretty clear that it involves saving Earth somehow, or at the very least finding a way to wipe out the moons. And really, I think the lore of the games already provided an excellent way of combating the moons. Planet crackers. It'd be really cool to see Isaac return to the Ishimura once again, in a way taking things back to where they began, while also using the ship to end it all. Before we continue on this topic, I'm well aware the Ishimura got destroyed at the end of Dead Space 2 when Titan Station blew up. However, in Dead Space 3 Awakening, Isaac and Carver somehow live magically. So could that same logic be applied to Dead Space 2 Ishimura? Maybe there was some emergency slip space jump, or maybe magically the ship is alive. I know that's a kind of crappy way of storytelling to explain something, but who knows? But if the Ishimura is not just one planet cracker, it is one of many, and they were going to retire the ship anyway and replace it with a new planet cracker. So there is planet crackers out there like the Ishimura. So it could start on the Ishimura in Dead Space 1, and it could end on a Ishimura in Dead Space 2. It may not be the same one, but it could be like the successor to the Ishimura, or something that's like the Ishimura. Or maybe the Ishimura does come back somehow, and we do conclude the story on the ship where it all began. I think that would be very poetic, but at the same time, the ship got destroyed at the end of Dead Space 2, so unless they retcon that, we can only assume if they do bring planet crackers into Dead Space 4, it will be like the Ishimura, but maybe the successor to one. According to the Dead Space wiki, there are 3 known planet crackers that exist. The Ishimura is one of them, the USG Castle, and the USG Perseus. Perseus was docked on Urox, or UXOR, if I'm saying that correctly, and that was actually in Dead Space Liberation. And I don't want to spoil too much for people who have not read that book, but that planet cracker may or may not be missing because of what happened on that planet and that story. So we have at least one planet cracker that is still relevant, which is the USG Castle. And right now there's really no information regarding that ship. All this information I'm talking about will be linked below in the description so you guys can read it for yourself. Going back to the Ishimura, according to the Dead Space wiki, if you look at the very bottom, it says after the final boss of the game, the Sprawl explodes due to Isaac's actions, and the Ishimura is presumably destroyed alongside the necromorph infected station. It's presumably destroyed. It's not destroyed, we just presume it's destroyed. So that could leave that plot open. So planet crackers are designed to crack and take resources from planets. What else looks like a planet? Oh wait, the brethren moons look like planets. They're moons. So we could extract something from the moon, or just rip out its guts like in Dead Space 3, or rip out its brain, or rip out its resources, or just kill it. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on this topic. I think it's fascinating, I think it's creative, and I think it would be very poetic on how to end Isaac's story, or just include some type of plot element for Dead Space 4. It started on USG Ishimura, and it could supposedly end on the Ishimura or on a planet cracker. And we could use that to our advantage to take down the moons and possibly save Earth. My name is James of JKP Rising. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Any Dead Space topics, leave them in the comments below as well, because you guys come up with amazing ideas which make me get creative and inspired to make videos like this. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for Dead Space 4 information. If you guys enjoyed anything in this video, please leave a like on the video, and I'll see you next time.